Oh, hey there, folks. Welcome to the 2015 Summer Blockbuster Octagonal Table discussion. Our esteemed panel of a few low-wage workers screened 3 major blockbusters this summer. The Avengers: Age of Ultron, Mad Max: Fury Road, and Mission Impossible: Rogue Nation. We're gonna talk about them, but first, introductions. He is an unemployed dishwasher at Buck's Naked Barbecue in Freeport, Maine. Please welcome Matthew. He is a counselor at Neat Hope Summer Camp in Naples, Maine. Put your hands together for Jake the Griffin O'Rourke. Also a counselor at Neat Hope Summer Camp in Naples, Maine. Let's hear it for Travis the Hammer Martell. And a sales associate at the J. Crew factory store in Freeport, Maine, the one, the only, Silly Connor. Finally, last but certainly not least, he is a parking lot attendant, recently promoted to night manager for Unified Parking Partners in Portland, Maine, me. Alright, let's go. Start off, Silly Connor, what'd you think of the films? Rank them in the order that you thought they performed.
Well, I didn't see Mission Impossible, so...
That's right, you weren't there, were you?
No.
Good start.
Solid start.
So I think Age of Ultron was good, but it was just your sort of average Marvel movie. And Fury Road was way better. It was way more enjoyable.
Was there a third film you saw that you would put in last place?
No.
Or middle place?
Nope.
Or first place? Did you see any other films this summer?
No.
Did you see Mr. Holmes?
No.
Did you see Love and Mercy?
Nope.
Did you
watch
see
any movies?
No, not really.
Not
No.
even like
Wet
old
Hot
ones?
American Summer?
Nope.
the first Hot American Summer First Day of Camp, the
I watched
miniseries?
Fargo.
No. I've seen
We're not
Fargo.
talking to you. Wait, you haven't watched any
All right.
movies but those 2 movies?
No.
Wow.
That's it.
Well, good.
So, Mad Max first, Age of Ultron second.
Alright, let's move on. What do you think, Jake?
First, I'd like to clarify. I'm a counselor at Neat Hope Summer Camp in Casco, Maine.
Well, I'm sorry we can't all be as perfect as you.
I just like to clarify that. Anyway, to the movies. Yes. To rank these movies, I would say Age of Ultron, 3rd place, Mission Impossible, 2nd place, and Mad Max, 1st place.
Matthew?
I ranked mine exactly the same as Jake's. Yeah. I mean,
Travis?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was pretty obvious what these movies are ranked. Mad Max, head and shoulders above everyone else. Mission Impossible, it was a typical action film, but they did add more of that wit and a different... They added that wit and they...
Also, it's
Hold on,
I
folks.
did-
Sounds like we've got some callers calling
More
into our show right now.
different plot twists.
just
And Age of Ultron, they did
Looks
add
like
some
the,
typical... Age of Ultron, they did add some typical Marvel wit, but it was a very, very
Holy shit.
overdone superhero movie.
Where's this plugged in?
Can we just redo mine?
Is that calling from
Done
inside?
now.
What kind of phone is that?
There we go.
I have a phone like that.
Old one.
Are we done, James?
All right,
I think
so-
we've all expressed our opinions pretty soundly on the whole subject.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well,
yo, I'm Travis, counselor in Casco, Maine, but I will say we do lots of Naples Baj, day in and day out. Shout out Tommy Bagley.
All right,
Any-
well, if
anyway,
Tommy
to
Bagley ever listens to this.
To rank the movies, Mad Max, head and shoulders above all the others. It's really a movie that had more deeper themes to it, and definitely homages to some John Wayne Western films. And
I'm
Then-
nodding.
and then Mission Impossible second. It was very much a typical action film, Mission Impossible film, but they did add more of that wit, that humor, and they did have a little more of a plot twist that kept you more confused. Age of Ultron definitely followed a very typical Marvel movie superhero plot. It felt like they were just dumping in superheroes left and right just to fill the screen sometimes. Sometimes it felt a little overdone, a little overwhelming, so it was average, I would say. Not a bad movie, just average. Just we saw some good movies, I would say, this summer.
Yeah, it was so dense. Every image just had so much going on. I mean, I agree with this ranking, and so now that we're the same one, Mad Max first, then Mission Impossible, then Age of Ultron last, and so now we can open the floor to actual discussion. Because I think Avengers: Age of Ultron is one of the dumbest movies that I've ever seen. It really sucked. Like you remember, Matt, we were driving in the car on the way there, and I said, I remember watching the trailer. There was this point where Captain America's trying to save somebody in a car going off a bridge, and the bumper comes off in his hands, and the person goes in the car and goes plummeting towards apparently their death. And I said, so it looks like they're actually going to kill people because they'll have like higher stakes, because people complain that Marvel movies are too sanitized, like there's not enough death, there's not enough like destruction or intensity, or like nothing really seems to be at stake in this world.
They were kids movies.
And look, people complained about it, like compared to
Star Wars. We had brutal murder and stuff.
Yeah, they blew
like
up a
that.
planet, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but
so
you also don't see the people that die in that. I think it's the same deal with Marvel movies. Can I interrupt?
yeah.
already did.
But anyway, the point is that like I saw that coming out, I was like, thank you. They're finally putting some grit in here. I can finally get engaged in the story, so I can feel lost. I can see what's going on. Have some stakes in this. I was like, but knowing them, of course, Thor's gonna like come out of nowhere and save them or something like that. And I was completely kidding when I said that, but it actually happened. We got there. Captain America tried to save someone. Car goes off, and then Thor comes flying out of nowhere. Like, we haven't seen him from the film for like 10 minutes, and like rescues these people. And it was
For the record, James shouted, "I told you so" in the theater right at that moment. By the way,
Dude, we shouted so many. You remember Bob's? Unfortunately, another panelist who couldn't make it today. Who at the end of the film, like the credits started rolling, and he got up to leave, and I said, "Wait, Bob's, there's a post-credit scene," and he said, "No, I'm not watching any more of this movie," and just strode out of the theater because he had enough. This movie was so dumb. It honestly, like, I would say that like Joss Whedon, it seemed like he'd like written it in like 48 hours, like on speed or something, and then like turned it in. They decided to go with it, but like,
you had to do that tie.
but like, no, well, yeah, but like, like it was like stupid incoherent mess. But the thing is, and like at this point, who's gonna question Joss? But the thing is, what I think happened is that he had a script of what he wanted the movie to be. And then people, because of like Civil War, like is the next thing they're gonna do. It's Captain America: Civil War, and that's like a big thing they've been building up to. Because of that, they like made him change it a lot, and they made him throw in a lot of extraneous stuff. And because of the wider universe that his film has to fit in now, I think that got in the way because there were like way too many superhero characters. Like who gives? It was Vision. Like, come on, what is that thing?
I never read the books.
Remember that.
I'm in the comic books.
No, but James is bringing up an important point, which is becoming a common theme in a lot of Marvel movies. Actually, Ant-Man was originally written by Edgar Wright.
Oh,
You guys
that's
know who
right.
Edgar
Yeah.
Wright is. And then I'm sure
Oh,
you guys
so
heard about
good.
this, and that he was totally panned
Yeah.
by, I think it was the producer and maybe the director. It was for allegedly creative choices, but apparently they completely ruined the script that he had created, and allegedly it was the best script that Marvel had ever created. It was written by him and someone else.
And he's a funny guy.
And he's a really funny guy. I mean, Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, etc. Those are the Coletto trilogy. Those are great
Oh.
movies.
Yeah, that guy. That's the guy.
I love those.
Was Simon Pegg supposed to be in the movie?
No, I'm pretty sure he was trying to break that trope with his movies. But,
Martin Friedman.
no.
Simon Pegg.
Pegg
Oh,
plays
I wish Simon Pegg was an
Simon-
Ant-Man.
Simon
That would be
Pegg is
so
Ant-Man.
funny.
Simon Pegg is Ant-Man this summer.